Me and Matt have been talking about knocking one out.
Pardon?
Tell him, Matt. Tell him. Me and Matt just.
Yeah, you were saying it's his busy time of year. He's always knocking a couple out each week because it's Halloween and Christmas, so he's always got those.
Well, at my age, he's only a couple of times a week.
I imagine there's a lot of Nightmare Before Christmas.
I've had to clean my hands and all that, so I thought, bloody hell, then I've got a lack of something. This big wardrobe I'm doing is really nice. It's come out awesome. So I thought, oh, sure, I'll be late for ZSL, but I wasn't. That's professional.
Oh, don't worry. We could have cancelled it. Yeah. No one's watching anyway. No one's watching. They've all like echoing.
Wardrobe's important.
They all sit around the Premier Inn or wherever they are having a drink at the moment.
Around the Premier Inn. Yeah, there's a few of them going. Oh, Si said if you send him the link later on.
I've just sent it him, but I don't want him to rudely pop on the bottom of the stream and dismantle the flow of the show.
Dismantle the flow. We've got a flow on here, have we?
We've got a flow.
It's like diarrhea sometimes. Yeah. Talking of flows, we usually start with "Welcome to ZSR LiveStream."
Oh yeah,
episode.
Get on with it.
Yeah, 168. Can you believe it?
168 episodes of Shabby, Tez, and our Matthew. That's
amazing, isn't it?
How lucky are these people? 168. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All those episodes.
For the last 100 shows, we haven't even mentioned toys.
You can go back and look at us all change. Shabby gets younger, then older, then younger and older. I get bigger and bigger, then I get thinner.
I get bolder and blinder.
It gets more crazy. Yeah.
I'll look a bit nuts tonight.
Yeah. It's my birthday on Sunday. Me and you are no longer the same age, Matt. We did our.
That's a relief, isn't it? That's a relief.
Yeah, are you?
Pardon?
You're not in your 50s yet, Shabby? No.
No. Yeah, one more year.
One to go. I'm older than you. It's crazy.
Yeah. One to go.
I'm spending Sunday with the ladies. We've got ladies.
Oh, yeah, you've got a ladies show, haven't you?
After both Adams have to shave, make sure.
You had the lads show on the other night.
Yeah, where were you two? I put it in the thing and said, who wants to come on? And I thought, oh, you two will get hold of me. None of you did. Tell you don't. I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Working.
He's working, and I was probably falling asleep.
It was good. It was really good.
Working 3 to 10 every couple of days. So,
it's always nice to talk to the lads, and he was just nice. I was bored. And I've got a new computer. This is what I'm on now.
You do looking a bit clearer. You're looking. Is it the camera different, or is it?
Is it a new camera?
A new camera. Did a new laptop, and it's 10 times stronger than the last one. So if it's a bit dodgy now, it's just my internet, because of where I live.
Yeah, I know you look good.
Apparently, Streamlink's coming out here. Ever since that hurricane thing, Elon Musk has turned around and said he's going to do the rural areas. So if we get Streamlink, I'm laughing. I'll be
like, that's in 4K.
Yeah,
it'll be in 4K.
Looking at all
the thing is, though, Matt, you'd think in this day and age, internet be around for everybody anyway.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It would, wouldn't you?
Rural areas,
up into space, don't they? You think they'd sort it out by now? But
yeah,
I see Elon's got a new robot coming out and a car coming out, and if we get a Skynet, we know who to blame, don't we? So Elon Musk, he destroyed the world.
He's like a mad genius, is that bloke, isn't he? He is like a mad genius.
Yeah. It always makes me laugh the way people on Twitter slate him, and I bet he just sits at home laughing.
You're
on his platform for one that he's bought and set up.
He's probably the only guy pushing technology, isn't he?
Because we all don't use Twitter as much, do we? We all don't use.
Really? No, I agree with.
I use it, a couple of times a day. But
but at least if you put something on there, Tez, you won't get banned for like you do on Facebook.
I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say any names, so don't ask me to say any names. But it is funny because I'm getting loads of sexy girls on the girls that are doing OnlyFans and stuff on Twitter, right? And this girl is following. I got another one this morning.
Yeah, you always get the random people following you.
But the funniest thing is when you look at the bottom and you think, how have they found me? And then you realise it's because they're followed by people, and there's always one person.
One that follows it, yeah. I don't really use Twitter.
We all follow this one person, and he's a bit dodgy.
We all follow this one person. Every sexy girl that comes up, it always says followed by.
I don't really use that.
Every time. It always makes me laugh. You must have a harem of Twitter girls.
Yeah. It must be that artistic ability he's got.
Somewhat like that. Yeah. Hey, Shabby, tonight there's a sort of an epic experience happening, a momentous time.
Wow, what's happened?
That's not your writing, is it?
Do not forget, it's for Tez.
No, I think that's DTM, isn't it?
There's something in here which you promised me 4 years ago.
Yeah.
If you looked at it,
I tell you what, I was talking to DTM this morning. He FaceTimed me outside Echo, and if it doesn't fit this, it's the wrong one. I'm going to go bloody mad. The amount of times
I've not checked it. I've opened it, but I think it's going to fit. So should I do it now?
Well, yeah, do it now. Get it out of the way.
Waiting how many years?
4 years, nearly 5 years. There we go. I've opened it. But I don't. Yeah, I asked about 4 years ago. Oh, Shabby, I'm missing me. I'm missing me gun for the B wing.
Right.
This thing. I don't need the wing. But
does the gun pull off? There we go.
Yeah. So I've got a spare wing. Anybody want a wing? Right. It's going to take you 4 years. And I've got my B wing here. I'll make myself big. Hold on.
Oh, go on, slide it on gently.
Slide it on. Here we go. So,
build the tension.
I'm thinking. Right, here we go. So, here's my B wing. I got it. It works as well.
Oh,
yeah. I don't like the sounds.
Go on, screw your knob. There we go.
There we go. So there we go. This is what I got from FOA. This is
I got that trouble.
America.
Yeah.
In New York. So.
Go on, let's see it.
On the bottom here, it's got on the wings. It says A and B. So
just stick it on.
Tess. No, yeah, just stick it on. Okay, right, here we go. And there's some bite marks here, Shabby. Is that you? Tooth marks. There's tooth marks on. Is that you or Si?
Gripping it. You've been gripping it. Come on.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. So.
Oh, do you certainly milk it, don't you? Come on, just get it on.
Milking it for 5 bloody years. Milking it. This is going to be over in 30 seconds.
Well, you wish.
You'll be asleep. Hold on. So there's a little thing there.
Oh, yeah. God. There's always a little thing. Come on, get on
there. Yeah.
No, I don't think you've slipped it in right.
Oh my God.
I don't think you've made contact correctly there. So,
God,
you should really get that thin little bit into that hole. Come on. There you go.
Hold on. Oh, I'm stressing.
Oh.
Don't bloody break it.
Just do it later.
It doesn't fit.
Oh.
It doesn't fit.
It must do. It's the same thing.
Oh, it does.
Oh, thank God. Calm down.
There you go.
Deep breath, everyone. It's complete at last.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
So, wait. It's well over 4 years, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just Matt to go, then I'm done.
What do you want, Matt?
Should I get my B wing down? No, I'm not bothering.
Look, Shabby, have you got? I need a canopy for this one.
I'll send you 5 years.
I need another. I've got 2.
Oh well, you know what you do, don't you? Get those guys at Echo. They can look for canopies.
For this one.
Yeah, if anyone's at Echo and are watching, canopy and 2 guns to Tez.
You see the guy who's made the bass out of it. He's played the guitar out of this.
Yeah. No. Oh dear.
Thank you, Shabby.
At last.
Better late than never. Yeah, so there we go.
I'm talking to DTM this morning. I said, for God's sake, if you give him that bloody, he went, yeah, I'm giving him.
Yeah.
I mean, give him that bloody.
We were in Blackpool, and we were like that down the corridor. So I got the package. We're like that.
That's an awesome picture of you at the Andor set with you, Si, and DTM, and you got the hole in the Andor.
Yeah, that was clever.
Yeah, that was good.
Is that Claire taking that picture?
Must have been Claire. She's only smart one.
Yeah, Helen took a few.
Very good. Very good shot.
Josh was so pissed off.
He sat in a corner when he not interested.
Yeah, we got we did the Games Expo in Blackpool, and we had a good. Yeah. Then it's like, let's go and see the Andor Wall. I thought, it'd be like a couple of tram stops. It was like 7 tram stops.
Oh no!
I've got a picture of Josh like that on the, and then he gets there. So we've come all this way, and it was quite a far walk, from the tram to the tram station to the front of the sea. And he wasn't impressed. But there was a nice cafe, and he had a nice.
Yeah, there's a picture in the cafe in there. Yeah, there's a picture of it all up on the wall in there. Yeah. Shop.
Yeah. I can say I've seen some Star Wars.
But that shower is stuck. That blooming shower is stuck right in the middle, though, isn't it? Where you want to take the picture, can't you? Never you want.
Yeah, it kind of sticks in the way.
It sticks in a way, doesn't it? It's like, oh, we put a shower there when there was a Star Wars scene. I mean, come on.
Shower in Star Wars. Oh, yeah, the scene afterwards. There was a shower scene.
Because you want to wash your dog down or whatever you want to do. I mean,
stand off your feet, you know.
Get the sand off your feet. Yeah.
Matt, when are you going to Echo tomorrow morning?
No, I'm not going.
Why are you not going? I thought you were going.
No, I'm not going. My friend Jules is going. He's helping Dave Treese do his table there. So
nice.
I said, I'm not. I can't. I just can't have a break because I was at NEC and I bought something.
There's a lot going on this time.
Something I shouldn't have bought the other day. So
what have you bought? I still haven't watched your video yet with your new hot toy. But what have you bought?
Oh, I've got another one. It's behind me. It's behind me.
I bought another one. Making big first. Anakin.
Yeah. No,
Green Day.
I can't see it from here. It's that light shining on it. Oh, the one you put. I thought you meant the one above. Right. Okay. Yeah. Now I can see it.
Yeah.
Right in the middle.
One. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. That's the original release, Greedo. So they're re-releasing it, but I like that version. So
how many have you got now, Matt?
I don't know. I haven't counted.
He's only got one, Tez, he said.
Is it?
It's one collection. There you go. It's only one collection. Yeah.
I'm only going to get one collection of Hot Toys. Yeah.
Of Hot Toys, yeah.
Read these comments all in the pub getting drunk, apparently. Bosk, Si, Martin, tell you what.
Yeah. I was chatting to Stu tonight. He said, "You're not going?" I said, No. Got plans for the weekend. So.
Has he invited you on a stream yet, Stu?
Look
at this.
Wait and see. You're not saying anything.
The guilt worked.
You're not saying anything. No. All right.
Atari, yeah.
All right. When did someone say Atari ET? They did.
I like ET on the Atari.
Yes, John's got me a copy ready to send when he gets a chance.
Don't believe the lies on it.
But Tez didn't find any games for me at this.
No, there was
nothing I wanted.
That's because you're picky with them. If you just like, there's loads of you always go, I want this certain one, and I said to you, well, is there anything out? No, I'm not bothered.
Yeah, I just want 2 games. Just 2 games I wanted. That was it. I didn't ask for much.
Yeah.
There
were a lot there.
There's a lot of games there, but I've probably got quite a few now. I've got quite a few. I've got I've got over 32, 33 games. So
did you not see Retro went there? Because I saw Retro went's Instagram and he was there at the Blackpool thing.
Yeah, no, he was. Like I saw his when he came back.
Yeah.
When I came back, the next day I was like, oh God, Ed was there. So yeah.
But you never saw him, no?
No. I didn't. No one recognised me. Well, they wouldn't, would they?
No, they wouldn't recognise you. Stood right next to a Jason Donovan poster. No,
that was brilliant.
Did Josh buy any games though? Did he buy anything? Did he have any games?
I spent more money. He got more stuff than I did. They had like an anime and manga figure store. He got that. And he got some stickers and some.
Were there any young ladies wearing manga going around with big swords?
There were a few cosplay.
Yeah, young ladies.
Yeah, there was a few.
DTM said it was boring.
It's not a game. No, we were around playing. We were playing Spy Hunter and Chase HQ and.
Your brother said a lot of the games had crashed though. Some of the games had crashed, and they had fixed them.
3 of them. Me and your Claire were playing Smash TV. We were.
Didn't you have a guy going around checking them all and keeping them running, wouldn't you? Like, pulling them out, tinkering with them.
Missing Keith. Yeah.
I want to show you something if I can get it up.
That's what she said. Right, Darren. Welcome to the weekend. I'm really behind.
Have you seen that? Have you seen Hoppy's new thing that he's making?
Oh yeah, I know. I liked it today. It's great.
Is it a Walker?
Yeah.
How talented is our ops?
It's all made out of cardboard. Brilliant.
I can't really get there.
No, you're like it's too bright. Yeah.
Yeah, you're blobby.
Honestly,
check him out on Instagram. He's got.
How does Oppie do it, man? It always blows me away when Oppie
he gets plans. He says he gets plans and stuff to make them. So he gets the correct sizes and stuff. So
to scale.
But you only see that one. That was in the background, isn't it? On and Manchester Sif, isn't it?
Yeah.
Honestly,
Martin hit 1,000 subs, isn't he? Martin's hit 1,000 subs.
Yeah.
Martin Adam, well done.
Another one that we introduced on ZSR.
Yeah, they just ride on our backs. They ride on our backs and then just fly off like angels.
I feel like the concierge of our community. That's what I feel like. You know what I mean?
I see it, Luke.
Shabby, you do the best videos. Well, you used to. You do the best videos, Shabby.
Facebook and really pushing it and oh no,
Yeah.
Cheers, guys. Cheers.
Hit that like button.
No, congratulations, Martin. That was awesome.
Yeah,
Great.
Yeah.
Another one that's beat me. Another one. I've only done it for you know.
You can ask him online if you want.
I know. Adam, and then you got Keith Lacuppi. He's coming up. He's nearly like 600 subscribers.
That's because Guppy's Star Wars Mafia. I mean, he knows everybody.
That's what he knows. He's in that special chat group.
He's in that special group.
Yeah.
Special.
So are you not going to show? Are you going to show that Greedo later on, Matt? Are you? We should show. Remember, we used to show toys all the time and things.
Now we just look at each other, don't we? Now,
Cheers, Connor, for that. Yeah, check out Oppie stuff. I've been blown away by Oppie stuff for years. He's just so talented.
Yeah,
I love being in the creative space myself. I just appreciate people's talent and what they can do.
I met Oppie a couple of weeks. Well, when we went Tottenham a while ago, I met him, so I know what he looks like now. So I met him.
Yeah.
No, his real name now. I know his real name anyway. He's like, I knew his name. So,
yeah. Oh, here we go. We might be talking a little bit, if you'd allow me to talk about Spectrum games. Lol. Tonight we have
about that tonight. Do we have to talk about that?
We've got Mark on.
Nice.
Donny, and he likes playing his retro games, but he loves, especially he loves his football game, Shabby. So
does he? My kind of kid.
Not like that, but you might connect.
I'll connect either way. I'm not fussy. Do you know what I mean?
And we also have another guest on, but he's old school guest. We all
not really a guest. The other guy is he's part of us, isn't he? Let's be honest.
Well, no, he's part of it. He's like your rib cage or something.
Yeah, he is. Or
the beard. If you grew a big beard, you'd call it that person.
Just get him on. You've built it up. Get him on.
Should we get him on? Yeah,
get him on.
Because we've got this bloody half-past date already. Here
we go. So we'll introduce our.
Got to go to bed at 10. God, come on.
New to ZSR, we have Mark, Donny, and
hello.
And right at the top here is that's pinned, so you can go along and subscribe. If you're into, of course you're into your Spectrum games, and of course you like football. So why wouldn't you?
I don't just do football games, but most of them, yeah. Most of them are at the moment.
Yeah,
awesome.
He's more geeky than me about.
If you like rubber keys,
he is.
Yeah. I have to admit, my very first Spectrum wasn't a rubber key one though. It was,
mine either.
It was a rubber key one, but it had the DK Tronics keyboard on top.
Oh, that's not a proper one though, is it? But yeah, there you
go. My very first computer wasn't even a Spectrum, so I still love the Spectrum though.
It had a what?
You had a Spectrum, Shabby.
Yeah, I had a Spectrum and had a cassette tape on it. But then he came out with some, I don't know, it's foreign bloody language. What Mark's just said then, something about a keyboard on top of it. Or something.
A keyboard,
I bought a. I had an Acorn Electron first, which is still very dear to my heart. The computer that I played Chucky Egg and stuff on first.
Oh, I love Chucky Egg, Mark.
And then I moved. I really wanted to play gaming because I was just turned teenager in those days, and a friend of mine I think had a second-hand Spectrum, and he said, right, there's only a slight change there. I ruined the rubber keyboard playing Dave Thompson Decathlon too much, which I think many people did. Exactly. So he gave me, do you mind it having a keyboard on top? Well, no, it's still ZX Spectrum, isn't it? It's still 48K. So a DK Tronics, I think it's a red keyboard one. I think quite a lot of people might know about it.
Red keyboard?
And it was a red keyboard. It looked really old-fashioned, obviously, and I had it for about 3 years, and then I went to Spectrum Plus 3. So
a disc drive, yeah. It's like a knockoff. It's not like a knockoff though, but it's
It's basically
a variant.
Welcome to ZSR, my good friend. Welcome to
Thank
ZSR.
you.
We'll look after you here. He smells.
We like knockoffs here, don't we? We like anything.
Well, yeah, because he's not going to bore us to death with it like Tez does. He sounds interesting.
I don't know. We just started.
I try not to. I try not to anyway. I pause you off about Spectrum football games, and I don't. My retro channel is mostly a football series at the moment. Yeah, because there's so many football games on the Spectrum. I can believe it. And then I did Formula One, which kind of exploded in views.
Yeah. And also, last week, Mark lost his YouTube channel. They took the YouTube took it down.
One of those took it down because you had spam.
I was just going to bed Thursday night watching Red Dwarf, great series. The repeat series.
Outside.
Yeah, exactly. And I had a really long week at work. Thought I better go to sleep about 10:30, and then I thought, right, let's go and look at my YouTube as you do, see what the views and subscribers are doing. And it said your channel's been deleted, and
why did you have Tez on?
You're getting shocked, and I was sweating. It was this YouTube bug that happened last week.
A couple of million channels went down.
Yeah, so I peeled straight away, and this was at 11:15 at night, and I got my channel back within 40 minutes. But I looked at my channel, and I've got about 340 odd videos on there, and it went down to 160. I was thinking, what the beep is going on here?
Yeah,
and it wasn't just. It was half the retro episodes, future and past, were gone completely, including my personal ones, including my very first video about 4 or 5 years ago. That was gone. That was just GTA, me racing very badly. And then the real horrible stuff was my personal videos. My mum's turned 80 this year, and my mum left now because sadly my dad and sister passed away a few years ago. So we treated. Thank you. We treated my mum to an 80th for New Zealand, which was amazing. Going to Hobbiton and all that. Yeah, New Zealand. Went to Hobbiton and everything like that. And so I've got videos of everything. And then they all were deleted. And I didn't make backups. I've made backups now, by the way.
When you were in New Zealand, you didn't meet a little bloke called Peter. And he told you about how he was in.
Does that count?
There's a guy we know, and he likes to talk about The Hobbit and how he was in it.
He was in it.
He was in it.
He's in it. He's an extra. He's been up loads of times.
Yeah.
You know when.
Hi, Peter. If you're watching,
I was an extra in a film, and for the 900th time.
Oh wow.
Yeah. No, he's a great laugh. Yeah.
He's a great laugh.
Yeah, so the videos, I had, can you imagine 330 odd videos, and you've been building the channel up. I've been building it up seriously the last 2 years, but the channel itself is about 14 years old. And and all these videos you've done, and suddenly half of them just gone in one night. And I didn't make backups then. I have made backups now.
So you can't get it back, Mark?
No, the good news is by 9 o'clock the next morning, when I found out Tez was actually the person who told me, it's a bug, by the way. So I was thinking it made me feel a bit better. And then suddenly they all started coming back. And then, all my retro episodes started coming back because some of them were quite a lot of views. And losing all them would be like a kick up the arse, basically. And you felt like when your channel got deleted, you feel like a criminal. You feel like you've done something wrong.
Yeah.
And I was double guessing myself. I felt really crap. I was thinking, what the hell's going on here?
That's like us on ZSR every week.
And I felt really shit, to be honest.
I read your message on Facebook, and it was like, I'm seriously giving this up now. And I was like, no.
It's when you think you've done something wrong, the motivation of a creator,
that can be losing your channel.
It can kick you. It can really kick you hard.
I can agree with that. It's like all these people that you introduce and they all get better than you.
Yeah,
I
was thinking in my head, what have I done wrong? And I kept thinking, I've done nothing wrong here. And then I went to the ZX Spectrum group, plug, great Facebook group. And all of them came back saying, what the beep is going on here? And you've done nothing wrong. Your videos are great, which cheered me up, but I still felt crap. And then luckily the next morning, it was all coming back. And then Tez posted me saying, by the way, it's not you. There's a YouTube bug that's happening. And I thought, that's what's going on. It's not me.
Yeah.
But the initial shock when you're just looking at your creating channel that you really are close to heart to, you really love, and it's gone in a flash. and they said you can't get it back. You're not allowed to have it back. You can appeal.
I wonder if this was just a British thing though, because I was talking to lads in
it's worldwide.
YouTube. It was worldwide.
No,
Was it?
yeah,
it's
worldwide.
You know, mine was fine and all that sort of stuff. But
mine was fine as well. I was kind of being that important, Shabby. The virus.
And the annoying thing is, I just hit one of my milestones on my little channel. Like I've got by then, I just hit 500 subscribers, and I was quite chuffed with that. And then the worst thing. Talk about British dark humour. As soon as the channel was coming back, the subscribers just went straight up. It's now 570 odd. So
that's awesome.
I don't know if that's because the channel got deleted. I don't know.
Oh, there we go. Just let's get banned, shall we? We might.
Yeah.
It's like all those pop stars. It's like those pop stars.
Who should we sign off, Matt?
Yeah,
let's find somebody else that will get up. Who don't we like? Oh, that Des. I tell you what, let me tell you about Des.
Well, don't they say it's like those pop stars who sadly pass away? Their sales increase twice. They die because they know they're not making any new stuff anymore.
Yeah, all grass up price. Away.
But anyway, it's back now, so I think it's good. So.
Well, that's awesome, mate. And thanks for coming on, man. It's going to be great talking to you. Brilliant.
I can talk a lot about football games, Star Wars. I'm a massive Star Wars fan, but I hate to say I'm the other side. I'm an Empire supporter. We do exist. I do like the dark side.
They've got better ships, haven't they? They've got
better uniforms. Always got better uniforms.
I would say we've got better uniforms, but it didn't work very well in Endor, though, did it? We don't talk about Endor.
No.
I love the Ewoks, mate. I've never been one of those, they're all the Ewoks. It's in their own environment. Of course they were going to do pretty good. That's the way I looked at it.
Yeah, but can you imagine a Death Star meeting where Vader definitely wasn't there because he was strangling everyone one time? Right, guys, so we're going to invade Endor, jungle planet. What armor shall we wear? Let's wear the white armor. That worked really well, didn't it?
There's a lot more. That's the problem. Is most of the Empire are not swingers, are they? And the Ewoks are. They swing all around the trees and everything. So
they got it right on half. They got it right in Empire Strikes Back. They said white armor, ice planet. That worked. I was going to imagine them being sand troopers walking in Hoth or something. Yellow. But
why didn't paint the bike?
Why didn't they have green armor? The Rebels did.
So, Mark, what's your favorite? What's your favorite Star Wars film? And what do you think of the new Star Wars? There you
go. I'm the classic era, obviously, because my age. Return of the Jedi actually is my favorite.
I watched that last night. No, I
because
didn't. Last night.
I remember watching it with my parents. I was only about 12, 13 years old watching it live, and the Ewoks I couldn't stand the Ewoks, but. Being Empire, obviously, but when the Ewok with the hand grenade accidentally knocked himself out, that made me laugh so much.
Oh yeah,
that's it.
Yeah.
And I like the battles. Obviously, there was 2 battles going on in Return of the Jedi. I'm a massive Star Wars fan. Don't get me wrong. I love the majority of Star Wars films. The newer ones, they were good, but they weren't brilliant.
They were shit. Let's be honest, they were shit.
Revenge of the Sith. I think Revenge of the Sith was actually probably my favorite of the last 3 because it actually ended.
My little boy,
the worst. I think you and the viewers will probably all agree. What was the worst one? Which was probably Phantom Menace.
Last Jedi.
No, Last Jedi.
Isn't it Disney Star Wars?
Attack of the Clones.
I really enjoy.
Last Jedi's Marmite to most Star Wars viewers. Some love it, some hate it because of what happened.
I don't mind it, and Shabby hates it. He won't refuse to watch it.
Hate it. Honestly, it's a big.
Don't go on about it. We'll be all night talking about it.
He's only watched it once. And
that was enough. I tell you what, that was enough. Watching it the once, bloody awful, unbelievable.
But Mark, he collects every single Last Jedi Black Series figure.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah, so you can't hate it that much, can you?
So, if you guys got your favorite sort of I know this is a question on the spot there. Your favorite figure then?
I've got my favourite figure. Number 48, Jaina Solo, fan favourite.
So expanded. Is it now called the Legacy Universe or expanded universe now?
Too many.
No gravy.
Well, my favourite all-time Star Wars character is Darth Vader for obvious reasons, but my second favourite is now canon. So I was quite happy about that.
Who's your second favourite?
See if I can show it now.
Oh yes. There we go.
It's
Grand Admiral Thrawn.
He's my favourite character, Admiral. Oh no, Tarkin. I like Tarkin. Thrawn's cool.
So when he was mentioned on Ahsoka, I was one of these people. You see these reaction videos. I like watching them going, Thrawn.
Yeah,
He did look like a really long list, though.
And I saw him, see him on. Oh God, what was it? I forgot the last. What was he on? Okay, it was Ahsoka. When coming live, I was thinking that's it. Great, and it was great as the voice actor actually doing it as well. So.
Yeah, great.
It was good to see him.
Yeah,
I'm weird. There's my favourite. It's not a character. No, it's my favourite figure. It's my favourite figure just because it's got sentimental value.
Tez likes being in the bar all the time, so that.
I like being in the bar all the time. Yeah,
I was in a New Hope in the bar.
Yeah. You
feel like oh, he's one of them. Yeah.
But I do remember New Hope not being New Hope, just Star Wars, and that was it. So.
Yeah, that was it at the beginning. Wasn't
it? Was that 90s they changed it? It must have been.
1987, I think. No, it was 81, I think, because
changed it to
Empire Strikes Back.
Because it wasn't the original Crawl. Wasn't it the original Crawl just Star Wars? And there was
I think it was near the 80s when they changed it. When Empire came out, they suddenly made it part 4, part 5. When they realised it was going to be very successful, they thought, let's make it into a 9-part series.
Yeah.
And,
I think they added a New Hope when they did the special editions. We had them back in the cinema. Yeah.
Well, obviously, if there's a Star Wars Football Manager, I would probably be my best game ever. So,
sure is, Cat. Sure is.
Order City 0, Tatooine 1.
There's Cat on, is she? Oh, ladies are on.
Yeah.
Ladies,
who's on Sunday then?
I have got on Sunday.
Harem on, yes.
Where do I start with my harem mark that I've got on Sunday? Do you know what I mean? I've got Cat on, so obviously only Vader's girl. Steph, Martin's missus from a long time ago. Yeah. Emily, Holler Chronicles' missus. Anna, Chasing 80s, Jeff Barker's missus. The lovely Leslie. Who else is on
Helen?
So, the lovely Georgie and the lovely Helen. Get that.
Explain to Mark that this is all the Star Wars collectors community, all their wives and girlfriends.
Oh, yeah. Come on, some of our wives
videos are going on some live stream.
It's one big happy family, so it's all good.
Well, I'm a catch. I'm what's known as a sexual object in the community. You know what I mean? So, women, men, you can't leave me alone. So obviously, I have to.
He just begged them, and they couldn't.
It's a good idea. It's. When we go to these, meetings, we all see the girls and the girlfriends and stuff.
Let's be honest. I'm what's known as a sexual magnet, and these ladies can't leave me alone.
I'm honoured to be in your presence, then.
Well,
Master.
Yeah.
Teach me, Master, the ways of the. We won't go down there. Is it possible to share now yet?
Oh no, we can swear. It's on my channel. It's fine.
You can swear on anyone's channel. You
can swear on anyone.
Oh, that stops him, Matt. Have you heard
he said the C word once.
So ideally, I want a football game with Star Wars football. So we put that soon.
I've never said that word. Tez, I've never said
no.
I
did, didn't I? I did. I was drinking white wine one night. This was years ago, and I had a rant. Yeah, I think
my wife did on a video. Do you remember that when my wife said it?
Yeah, Shabby's wife. Oh my god. Yeah. Anyway, there's room for one more on the screen.
Yeah.
Is there? Can we squeeze it in? Can we get
we might have some rabble from Echo later on drinking Guinness. So I better get our next guest on. Yeah. So here we go. A legend.
Legend did it right. Yeah.
He's beat the Hurricane the last couple of days as well, and he is around, and his Star Wars collection is intact. It's John. Super awesome. Hey, John.
What? Huh?
Oh,
sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
Tez put me to sleep. Sorry, I didn't know.
Sorry.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
Hey guys, how you doing?
Oh, good, John. How are you?
Oh wait. Yeah. Hey.
John, you got your Christmas decorations out yet?
I do have one.
I want to say that.
I have the Yoda. I have the Yoda Christmas ornament that I bought from the Disney Christmas store.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Which I took a quick picture of just for Shabby while we were there.
Awesome. I'll show you what I've just got. I got a Christmas ornament. Hold on, I'll show
you.
I
sent you the picture, remember? I said,
oh, no. Oh, dear. Oh.
Yeah, next week, Shabby will have his decorations up, guaranteed.
Yeah. Oh, he said he wasn't going to... Oh, Carol.
Oh, yeah. I go, it'll be after Thanksgiving. I'll go around to the house, and Mom and I'll build the tree and put everything up.
Oh,
wow!
God.
Look at that.
Got a telephone.
What is that? What is that?
It's a telephone box.
Michael's, for all you Americans watching, Michael's is having a
60%
off the Christmas stuff. This should have been $20. I got it for $6.
That's really cute. That's where you slid you slid your number there, didn't you, Tez, in there when you down the dot?
Wow.
You had a telephone box, didn't you? That we used to keep your numbers for the dogs.
Yeah. Down on one of the Barbican, Matt. That was
Barbican dogs, yeah.
On the Barbican. So,
all right, it's an in joke. All right, Mark.
Yeah.
Hey, Mark, let me ask you a question because I ask Tez this all the time. What is it about old school Spectrum and that sort of stuff that you love? Because you play your PlayStations now and so forth, and the graphics and everything else are just unbelievable. And I understand it with toys, because with toys, you know what I mean, they get modern, they get more upgraded. But what is it about old school games that is it strictly just nostalgia, or what is it that you love about it?
No, I think about it. If you go back in time, these games are created by people in their rooms, and it's taken hours to program codes and stuff like that. Yeah. It's a mixture of, like, the graphics are primitive nowadays, but it's the addictiveness of the games and how great they were written. Because if you're still talking about, it's like talking about the Beatles, because I'm a massive Beatles fan as well. If you talk about the Beatles and it's 50s, 60s later, and you're still talking about them, that's how great they are. So if you're talking about the classics of the Spectrum, Atari, Commodore 64 games, like there's that word. It's because how amazing they were created and how much love was brought into the games, like the Football Managers, the Elites, the Chucky Eggs, the Green Beret, and all those football games I've been playing. I can always picture the scene that Kevin Toms, is a master of computer games, called Football Manager 82, as I call it now. Remember, these are guys who made these games, coded these games from their bedrooms. Most of them spent hours making sure coding it worked, and then just sent it off to a company for £1.99, and then you're still playing it 40, 50 years later. Shows you how great that game was, even if the graphics are crap. Like, one of my all-time favorite Spectrum games is a cricket game. I know, the cricket, called How's That? And How's That graphics are awful, but the game is brilliant. Because you just don't know what's going to happen.
I bet Shabby used to play Football Manager. You must have played that.
Football Manager, loved Football
on the Spectrum. On the Spectrum.
Yeah.
There you go.
There's Football Manager, obviously. There's like on the channel, the most popular video so far is Football Director 2, I think, and then the double on the bench. On the bench was a budget game, amazing, and then Football Manager, of course, is up there. So,
I loved skiing. I loved Chucky Egg. Loved Chucky Egg. I loved football games. I loved Paperboy. I liked Paperboy when you're down the street, you threw the stuff.
Dizzy games. I like the egg. Dizzy the game. Those games.
Dizzy,
Dizzy.
Again, it's love. It's love of the game. That's what I'm getting to. It's the love of the game. It's not the graphics. It's the actual heart and soul they put into the game to program it and bring the success that you are still talking about it 40 years later. So nowadays, there's some great games.
I get the same buzz of picking up a vintage figure than I do picking up Batman. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I get the physics. I like
89. Batman's the best game on there.
I sort of there wasn't much the Blackpool Expo Spectrum wise. It was like scraping the barrel. I think I bought every Spectrum game there, but it was the hunt. It was the
Exactly.
I won't play these physically. I'll emulate them, but they look great on my shelf, just like my Star Wars stuff do.
Yeah, that's what you want.
Yeah, just like the same reason why Matt buys Atari. my John buys Atari. Have you got some Atari to share, haven't you, John?
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, if I can answer the same question, for me over here, like our very first video game system we got when we were kids was a white system that had the controllers were attached to it by cords, and it just had Pong and like soccer, and
wow.
And I think it was called the Odyssey, if I remember
right.
The Odyssey.
The Odyssey.
And then we got an Atari 2600, and then we had to get a second Atari 2600 because my brother and I were fighting over who gets to play. That they eventually got sick of it and said, "Okay, we're buying a second one," so that and they set up 2 TVs so we could both play. It was ridiculous, but it was the only way to get us to stop fighting, I guess. But anyways, and then I went out and bought it in whatever it was, 84, 85. I can't remember when it was that the Nintendo first came out in America. We were told we were not going to buy that. Our parents were like, eventually you guys stop playing the Atari, and we ended up buying 2 of those. And they were like, this Nintendo, you're only going to play it for a month. You're never going to come. And I went out and I collected eggs on the farm. We lived on a farm, so I had chickens. We collected eggs. I went out and mowed lawns. I was shoveling snow. Everything I could do to make money that year. And then I finally had enough money by the end when Nintendo came out to buy I bought the Nintendo Entertainment System with Robbie the Robot, and I bought a color TV at the same time. So I saved up enough money to buy both.
You used to play Atari on the black and white screen.
Yeah, my Atari was black and white.
Me too. I used to play Atari on the black and white portable TV.
And here's the deal. So for Atari games, I think it was just the repetitive nature. You could sit down with Combat or Pac-Man on the Atari or Berserk, or you could go. What are some of the others like? Missile Command and Defender and
Yours Revenge.
Asteroids, like all those. And those games didn't really end.
No,
if you were good at it, you just kept playing.
It's points as well. Points.
It was just points. So you didn't have to think about. You didn't have to sit there and go, all right, where is my on the quest? You mean I have to go talk to that guy? Hold on a second. I thought I was supposed to talk to this guy, but now I have to find out I'm in another town that takes 20 minutes to run to, and I'm not doing anything while I'm running through a forest trying to get to this other town. Oh no, goblins jumped out. God damn it! Now I got to kill them. Slowing me down. And it's like with those old games, you could just sit there and play for an hour. It was almost mindless.
That's what I like about it.
It was almost mindless, and
I think sometimes like playing an old Atari game or a Spectrum game, Commodore game, it's like listening to I don't know, the Duran Duran first album. It doesn't. It's like an album. It doesn't. It puts you in that sort of space.
Yeah.
Where you were when you first listened to it, or where you.
And nowadays, when you play games nowadays, it brings back memories of the times when you first played them, and hopefully good memories as well.
I can smell it.
It's like going back in time. Yeah.
Oh, if I pop in especially Nintendo games, if I pop in Metroid, I can remember all the songs playing on the radio when I first played Metroid.
Wow.
And I can remember sitting in that bedroom and I can actually start visualizing. What was in the room and sitting around the color of the walls and the
wallpaper,
little rug we had on the floor, the little carpet rug we had on the floor, and because I would sit on the floor right in front of the TV and play Nintendo, And
it's like Mark on there. It's like those. I love Spectrum 1982. I did all those
lovely videos.
Yeah, I got massive copyright.
We'll take your word for it, Mark.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, well, I can't. I'm bringing popular pop songs in, and they're just.
You get copyright for the theme music, for the intro music, for the game music. I mean,
you can sometimes.
Oh no! I played Benny Hill. I got a copyright.
Tez and me were speaking a few days ago about when he released the 1993 one, was it, or 94?
Oh, yeah, I love 1993. Yeah.
Him and me. I was getting quite emotional watching it because I knew it was the kind of last real year of the Spectrum.
It was the end of the Spectrum.
Yeah, I was thinking, I remember that.
Commodore and Amiga, and Yeah.
Even though by then I was actually on my Amiga 600 playing Championship Manager, but it's still sad.
Yeah.
And then I gotta say with the Nintendo, like, they're like especially the first year of Nintendo Entertainment System, the games are absolutely brilliant. Like, did you know that just about, it might have been about a year ago now, but someone found a secret area in the original Super Mario Brothers that no one found until then? Like so to this day, people are still finding secrets in a game that came out in 1985.
That's nuts, isn't it?
You know what I mean?
Wow.
And think about all the secrets Zelda had, and no one gave you a hint. Like in Zelda, you literally had to walk around and place a bomb on every little tile, every little space in that entire game to find the secret. There was never a hint that behind this little rock wall, if you put a bomb there, there was a hole that would open up and it would take you to a room. You know what I mean? Like people had to individually go around and bomb every little spot on that game before they found something, or burn every single bush, you know. And it was like, and secrets of some of these games, secrets are still being found to this day that no one found when they originally came out, you know.
So, question to you all then. I forgot what the book was called. It was made into a film, and it's all retro gaming.
Ready Player One.
Was it
Ready Player One?
That's it. What was your when you saw all the characters coming in that big battle, and it was all Star Wars characters and Spectrum characters? I thought it was very clever, and I thought the film was actually pretty decent. I think the book's better, but
I thought the opposite. I thought
really?
The film was way better than the book. Yeah,
it was great seeing. It was because you were talking about special levels and everything. Of course, the film had a special level, didn't it?
Yeah.
It brought back memories that. So it was good to see.
I've read the second book, Ready Player 2.
Yeah, what's it like?
To be honest, I didn't. I read Ready Player 1 in about.
That's it.
Shabby's got it. Ready Player 2, I haven't finished it. I just was like, I just couldn't be bothered.
It's a great book. And the thing is, as well, when I found out the movie was coming, I thought, there's no way they're going to get all these licenses because they're all owned by different studios.
Yeah, exactly.
So I thought, there's no way they're going to make it like the book. And when they did, I mean, there is a few things missing, obviously.
Yeah, they've changed it, haven't they? Yeah.
But, no, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a great movie. You know?
Yeah. Seeing the DeLorean and all that, and
I think only Spielberg could only direct that because most of it was his property. You know what I mean?
Yeah, most of it, yeah. Or he was
I don't think anyone else could have. You needed somebody like that though to get the pull of all these licenses. And if it's a Spielberg movie, you're going to say
I mean, the car race at the beginning in the book, it wasn't a car race, it was Dungeons and Dragons and playing joust, I think. But completely. But
Spielberg was very clever because he knew the retro scene was starting to come back quite big by when the film was then released, and everyone who into like ourselves and viewers, they all knew that they were going to watch it because at least there's one character in that film that you say, oh, I love it. It's Zelda. Oh my God, it's Star Wars. Oh my God, Superman's there. Oh, Batman. It's the DeLorean for Back to the Future. Great segment, obviously.
Yeah.
It was, and also, Ernest Cline found the Atari dump in ET, didn't he, in California? Where when Atari went, it crashed and they just put all
the games.
When there's a landfill,
and then they actually did dump all those games. That's a
it's a documentary when they did.
They find it and they find all these cartridges and
still there,
and they plug one in. It took them years to find out where it was, and they dig and they get a cartridge, they plug it in, and it works. It's brilliant.
Yeah, wow. Most of the games had to be bagged in bags because it's hazardous, isn't it?
You can. I've actually seen them on eBay, they're in like a bag.
Yeah,
and they're all looking decrepit, like they look like they got stuff all over them. And they're like, if you buy this,
wow.
Like, if you buy it, it's been sealed. Don't try to play it.
I think get a certificate with it.
But they're actually selling for quite a bit. I mean, they're a lot of money. Yeah,
I think some people got
back in time. I'll go back in time, get all them from the waste tip, and then go and sell them on eBay 30 years later.
Yeah. Shabby, you've got to ask the gravy question.
Yeah, this is we've got you on.
This is important stuff now, Mark.
Gravy.
This is the most important question. This will define you in our community. This, Mark.
I better go then.
You're gonna go and get a bag of chips.
Right. Yeah.
Do you either A, put gravy on it, or B, have it like a dry flip flop, like the way Matt likes it,
or curry sauce, or chips.
What does flip flop mean?
Dry. You don't put
just
dry.
Yeah, just as it comes, or like salt and vinegar on it. When what do you like?
I don't normally would have gravy chips anyway, but
you wouldn't.
I know, but if I did, I do like gravy though. I do love gravy, but I would probably put the gravy over the chips.
Yeah, there you go. That's all right.
Yeah.
So you would put gravy on your chips then?
Yeah.
There we go.
Held himself
I don't like. I'm quite unusual because I don't like curry either. So
Matt puts curry sauce on his chip.
Yeah, I can't. I'm very allergic to spices and everything like that, so I don't eat curry. So even the mildest curry. So, if I went to an Indian or something, which I did once, because it was a friend's birthday party, and it was my friend's birthday, so I had to go, and we went to an Indian restaurant, and everyone was ordering, all the meals, and that. I was going, oh God, I'm not going to like this, and so I went to ask my friend, you do know I don't like curry, and he said, yeah, but there's something on the menu, isn't there? There was no chips or anything. I didn't want to do chips because I didn't want to offend people. I wanted to try some. I wanted to try some Indian, so I went to say, do you have your mildest? What's your mildest curry? And true story, the manager came up to me and he said to me, you don't like Indian and you're in an Indian restaurant? I said, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what's your mildest curry do? We do lamb korma. So I had a lamb korma. And true story, I had 3 pints of water in front of me because I'm not allergic to curry. And
if you're
to be fair, the korma was actually very nice. I love lamb, and actually it was very nice. But my friends looked at me and it just looked like a piece of lamb cut in a soup. Well, they're having this lovely selection of Indian food, and I've just had this and they just looked at me thinking, he doesn't like curry, that's why he's got it. I was thinking, okay. Because I didn't want to get chips.
What's your mildest curry? They could have lied to you like a vindaloo.
It was fine. It was actually really nice, and I only drank 1.5 jugs of water instead of 3, so I did actually very well that night. So I didn't go bright green or bright red or anything. So it was a great atmosphere. So it was just mainly a bit of
a PGM story, but we're getting some
I'm actually wearing a New Zealand.
Kiwi. There we go. The Kiwi's in. Yeah.
So I went to New Zealand.
Can I ask you another country? Can I ask you another question on behalf of our good friend Vintage Toy Wash? Why is the Commodore 64 10 times better than the Spectrum?
I think if you're talking about the night, let's do a very diplomatic answer to this.
Right.
Other than no comment. Let's say in the 80s we were rivals. Now we are friends.
We are. Yeah, Dave has to bring it up. Vintage Dave has to bring it up. Yeah.
C64 had some amazing games. Like C64's Commando is so much better than the Spectrum Commando because of just the memory size. But we're family now because we're all retro. Every computer, every console of the 80s, it's family now because we're all the same age and we've all got the same memory. So why don't we just stick together? There's funny rivalry between us and the C64 crew. Of course there is. It's always going to be.
The Spectrum's mainly British, or made in Dundee, but it was mainly British. And it's if we didn't have the Spectrum, because the Commodore was very hard to program on, if we didn't have the Spectrum, we would not have the great games we have now in the modern day.
The Spectrum's an amazing computer. It's an amazing little computer. It's done so much for, I would say, because I'm British, obviously, the British computing market. But you have to admire the C64, what it did. And also the BBC Micro before then. I have to say the BBC Micro because I had an Acorn Electron.
I remember I did a Spectrum stream with John a couple of years ago now. I think we were playing Barbarian and Russian Attack and Green Beret. Wow. And then you started talking about the American game crash in 1983. ET, but us British kids didn't have any idea that happened until we read it on the internet.
We didn't know there was a crash
30 years later, because we had all these, we had bedroom coders, making games like this, really terrible, and send them into software houses, and these like 14-year-olds were getting paid like £5,000 per game. And we had a massive industry. We wouldn't have like Rockstar,
especially in '83.
We wouldn't have like Grand Theft Auto.
We were taking off. Yeah, we were taking off in 1983. The market.
Yeah, 1983. America was going off the cliff.
Yeah, we were going all the way up. Yeah.
See, the thing that killed it, I think, for us was that by the 80s, I think Atari started getting into a thing where they were like, I think what happened was a couple of games had come out for the Atari in the late 70s, I guess, maybe, or whatever it was, that parents in the United States complained about. So at some point in the 80s, Atari said, we have to officially like give our stamp of approval on every game that comes out that gets released for our country. So it stopped that bedroom programmer from putting out games.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, and then when Nintendo came out, Nintendo started with that it built into the system. Like a homemade game just would not play in the system. They had to go to Nintendo and get their stamp of approval, and I think it actually had to get some kind of authenticator chip or something put in the cartridge, so that when you put it in, it would allow it to play.
Was censorship quite high in America in those days then?
Well, the reason is because if there was anything that was too violent or it was sexual in the late 70s and into the 80s, parents would just have a fit. You know what I mean? No boy should ever be looking at a naked girl. Like, what the hell?
You had like Atari cartridges.
You know what I mean?
It was like Porkies.
Porkies. Yeah.
What? Yeah. Have you got that, Matt? Have you got Porkies?
No, I haven't. No.
They made a game of Porkies.
Yeah, you had to
really
white liquid and stuff, and
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's an official, isn't it? Official game, Matt? Is it?
Yeah, it's official Atari game. Yeah,
is it official one? Yeah.
I have to go and find out on YouTube now.
But for us here in the States, I guess we must not have had any of the good games for the Commodore, because all of our games that we had for the Commodore were essentially text based. And if they did have any graphics, it was white lines. Like they would have a thing on the bottom that said, "There's a White House in front of you," and it would just show like a square with a little door in it, a square window, and then it would have a triangle.
Could you not get a Total Recall? You can.
If you could, our parents never bought it.
Wow!
They only gave those text-based or those other games, and none of our friends had any of those games. So when a friend of ours, I grew up with two friends, my friend Sam and my friend Alex. Both of their families were brought over from England for jobs in the States. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, they had ZX Spectrums, and we went over there, and I'm sitting at Alex's house, and we see all these colored graphics and cool stuff. We're going, what the hell? The Commodore sucks compared to this, you know?
There you go. Yeah.
Atari 2600, and it was like,
I didn't say it sucks, by the way. It wasn't me. I didn't say it.
And we're like, when we got the Atari 2600 and it could move that fast, we were like, oh, now ours is better. And then Alex was over at our house playing. You know what I mean? Like,
wow, I didn't know that. So what was their impression then? If an American came over to Britain and saw I have to say, great ZX Spectrum games like Total Recall and all the movie ones and Color, I suppose it was a bit of a shock.
Like, for me, it was. I mean, yeah, it would.
Like, RoboCop is probably one of the best Spectrum games around.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And so that must have been a bit of a huge shock. Like, RoboCop is a very great film, very violent film, though. Yeah. And to make a game for kiddies to play it who probably never see the film,
like
did.
RoboCop.
Can't see the film, but I can play the game.
Yeah.
Delvian. Well, it was Rambo too, wasn't it? Rambo was a game. And look how violent that was.
Rambo.
I saw RoboCop way before I was later. I think most people did when they were young. So.
Although it's funny you should have these conversations. I remember Turtles at the time was Hero Turtles. It wasn't Ninja Turtles. So
the whole Ninja thing was.
Yeah, in America it was Ninja, but in the UK it was Hero. It was Hero.
and the cartoon and the nunchuck. Is it the
there was some censorship over here then? Some censorship, which was odd, but then we can play games like Barbarian and Sam Fox, obviously, which keeps getting mentioned in our group. Every game's mentioned, so like in a joke now. And then that's quite surprising, actually. Like, I know about the censorship in America because mostly it was the heavy metal records and stuff like that.
Yeah, they had a fit about those.
So it went over to the games as well.
Yeah, they had a fit. They had a fit about those. I actually remember one of my friends got in trouble with things and it just went bad, and I went over to his house to see how things were going, and his mom was like, you can't hang out with him anymore, heavy metal's evil. And I found out that she took over 300 of his albums that were all like metal, and like, I mean, it was like Poison, Whitesnake, it was, you know what I mean? She threw all 300 albums away.
Oh my god!
And locked him in his room. You know, made him. He had long hair. Made him cut his hair short. Locked him in they forcibly held him down and shaved his head. Locked him in his room, and they were like, and she was like, "It's all because of this devil music," you know. And she's yelling at me at the door about it. I'm just like, "Sorry, lady, you got it all wrong," you know.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, my mom is taking Megadeth lyrics and going into church and reading them in church, saying, "Look how he goes. I'm going to read you guys a poem about cruelty to animals and stuff." And she reads this whole poem, and everyone in the church is clapping, and they're like, "That was great. Who wrote it?" And she goes, "Dave Mustaine of Megadeth."
Wow.
You know what I mean? And they were all like shocked because they had, you know.
Yeah. I'm noticing all these Star Wars comments down below, by the way.
Luke's just shabby on Last Jedi.
I like Geek Strong's comment here. He says, "Same. So I have the Porky's game. It's nothing like the movie. There's no lassie in it."
Why do they call it lassie?
A very young King Control as well.
Very young King
Control. Was, yeah.
Who had still her British accent a little bit in that film.
Yeah, she was born in Wallasey. There you go. Just up the road from me.
Liverpool, Liverpool.
Oh, right. Oh, Lassie, that brings back memories. Oh, God.
Yeah.
So, I was going to say, Tez, what's Tez? I know I'm going to say a Spectrum question because your channel's amazing. You've done so many reviews compared to me.
Each channel's what? It's amazing.
Amazing.
What's your worst Spectrum game though? You have to name one.
No. One that I don't know. There's like you know, like you put the PlayStation on or Xbox now, and you just like, I've had enough. You rage quit stuff.
Yeah.
I think I played it the other week. It was and John watched me play it a couple of years ago. I think everybody likes everybody praises Green Beret Russian Attack, John. But it got
definitely. Yeah,
it got. I'm not saying it's not a bad game. It looks brilliant, but it's so hard. It was. I would literally like you'd sit there, you'd take the tape out, and you'd put it in the machine, and then you'd load ... and you'd like to see wait 5 minutes. You know, you might be listening to, I don't know, In Excess. Bit of Bon Jovi, on, you know, and it loads up.
Living on a prayer.
Sometimes it might crash, and you've got to load it up again, and then like you'd run along, trying to stab the enemy, and the enemies would be on a platform, they'd be jumping, and you get 3 lives, and you die, and then you get one more go, and then literally you'd eject it. And you chuck it across the room.
Yeah, I've done that.
Or actually, like, really give your Spectrum a beating. Like,
I've done that though.
That's where your buttons break.
Really, like, yeah. There's lots of terrible games on the Spectrum, but like, what there's particular games which you would fling out. I throw across the room. I remember. I can't remember what game it was. I remember throwing one out the window. Not because it was a bad game, because it wouldn't load. It would load, and then you play the title music, and then you press 0 to start. I know it was Bionic Commandos.
Oh yeah, Bionic Commandos.
It's
yeah.
a great game.
That game.
I
Brilliant
that
game.
game.
On the
Yeah.
SNES,
I bought it from Boots in town, and it didn't load.
best version.
I took it back the next weekend, and it played maybe like 10 seconds of the game, and then it crashed, and then he loaded it again. I remember actually getting it and going fuck off and chucking it out my bedroom window one summer. Yeah, so
can you imagine someone walking under young Tez playing his game? You know, oh shit, bugger, and then threw the tape out the window, went out the window and hit someone on the head down. It's just got hit by a tape.
You should have played the SNES version, Tez, because it's great at the SNES version.
Oh yeah, no, I've played all those, but
best version on the SNES. I loved it.
Thing is, I think if I say my worst one, it's probably Airwolf, because it's so difficult right at the start.
Oh yeah,
it's meant to be easiest level.
Screen one, you've got to shoot. There's a wall and you've got to shoot through, and it's famous.
I remember one of the Turtles games. I don't remember which one it was, but speaking of Ninja Turtles or Hero Turtles, whatever you had, but the game, the characters were so off from the background.
Oh yeah.
That when you first start playing, your mind says to jump when you get to the edge of the platform.
You just got to walk, haven't you?
And you'll jump over. You'll jump over to the next little platform. But if you jump, your guy goes pew and falls down.
Yes, you just walk across.
And goes pew. Yeah, and then eventually you realize that you could just walk across.
Walk across, and you spend hours going, no!
Yeah, there's a gap, and you just walk across.
Yeah, that's simple.
But if you jumped, if you tried to jump, you'd fall through the floor.
You fall through.
And just die, and you die, and you die.
How many lives did you get?
Probably 3 or something.
Yeah.
Why do they always say 3 lives? What's 3 lives like? When they create games, how many lives do you think they get? Or they start with 3. Why don't you just start with, well, luckily not 1.
No.
But other games, like a lot of those shooter space games like Galaga and things like that, you would start with 5.
Yeah. That's one thing about playing the games nowadays. I think it might be me because I'm just getting old, but do you think the games, when you play them now, seem a lot harder than they are when you were younger?
Oh yeah,
because our reactions are slower, or just that we're shit now.
Maybe we don't have the patience too, because
we're so
out the window again.
Because I'll tell you, we were so into both the Atari and the first Nintendo. We were like so into those games, and some of those Nintendo games are like the hardest games on the planet if you play them today. And I don't know how we finished them. And we were so good that
we had nothing else to do, John.
We had like a group of people. It was like myself and my friend Mike, my friend Bill, and my brother Mark that would sit in my room, and as I'm playing, they would draw maps. We had notebooks. Those those black and white like signature notebooks or whatever. Like we had notebooks, and they would be like, okay, today we got Dragon Warrior, so we're gonna start. And they would put Dragon Warrior, and then they would start drawing the maps as I'm going around.
Them out,
And they were like, hold on for a second, let me get that part down. Okay, you found this secret here. All right, that's where that is. And I still have these notebooks full of all the stuff we wrote through and did. And some of them have fold out maps because we like had to, you didn't want to go to another page.
Most of them have been doing those.
And I remember it annoyed the crap out of my dad because people in high school, we'd go to school and we would be talking about these games and how we were doing this. And other people in the cafeteria would be like, well, how did you get past so-and-so? And we'd start telling them. And after a while, like we were starting to give out the phone number to the house, and all manner of day and night people would start calling and be like, is John, Bill, or Mike there? And my dad be like, hold on, guys, there's a phone call for you. And they'd be like, okay, I'm on the second level of Metroid. How do I get through this thing? And I'd be playing games. Mike would be drawing maps and putting in secrets, and Bill would be on the phone. Okay, where's the notebook for that game? All right, here's what we did, And it became like a hotline, our house.
So you must have seen Galaxy Quest then. when they talk to their fans and they're on their phone talking to the kids. Yeah.
Oh,
they got them up to the engine room or blah 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 blah.
Like, I got
great,
it.
Love it.
Hey, John and Mark, I need to ask you a question.
It's unusual me being called Mark.
When is it too early to put your Christmas decorations up?
Oh yes.
Shut up, Matt.
December I don't talk about that C word until December the 1st because I've got a birthday. I've got a birthday before then, so
right.
That's good. Yeah, that's
all
acceptable.
right. Well, let me put it another way. If I decided to put a tree up now,
you should do it now, Shabby.
It's your house.
You're crazy.
Yeah, would you think that Shabby's a bit of a weirdo? Or
it's a bit crazy. Yeah.
Would you think he's so festive in his
festive?
I've heard a lot worse than that, if that helps. I've heard a lot worse than that, but Christmas is a lovely celebration where everyone exchanges presents and have lovely food.
You've got to
and watch crap films.
First.
But we start on December the 1st here.
John.
I put mine up a week before and take down.
Yeah, that's just crazy. Week before. That's what we don't do.
Well, Shabby's got 4 kids.
They don't care.
Actually, they don't care, Shabby, do you? They don't give a crap about Christmas.
I says it all the time. Well, you've got kids, Shabs. Well, that's just a bonus. Do you know what I mean? If I lived on my own,
you rile them up with Christmas stuff. Yeah.
I always
said, Shabby, if you lived on your own, you'd never take it down.
You know, I always said, John, if I came into a lot of money, right, and I built a house, I would specifically have a Christmas room. So in other words, say it's June or whatever, and you're a bit, you'd walk into your Christmas room, and I get an artificial snow thing and all that, and I go all out.
With his tinsel up. Yeah.
I do have to say, like for me, I think doing it before Halloween is probably it's just a little weird.
Yeah,
weird, happy. Yeah.
But after Halloween, I can see it. But for us personally, we do it after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So
not
like
Thanksgiving, not for.
I'll go. No, not before. I'll go round to the house after Thanksgiving.
Why is it
we only just recently started doing it again. Like for many years, we didn't have a Christmas tree or decorations up. And it was when Mark got sick that we said we should do this again.
Yeah,
and I wanted to keep the tradition alive. So now I've been like, I'll go around the house with Mom and we'll set up the tree and do the stuff and put up decorations and I actually find it as an adult, like it does. I see what you mean about that because it does bring like another sense of joy into your heart. I don't know
like
if it
video
also
games,
is
like toys.
Yeah,
it's just, you know what I mean.
I don't know if it's also tapping into a nostalgia thing of when I was a kid and having the tree and the stuff there, you know. But I mean, there is a certain when I start seeing how the Christmas decorations all over, and I see them at people's houses and we set them up at ours. It does give me that sense of like Christmas cheer and Christmas joy that they
Look at when we do pictures of us like as kids and we do these things when we say the toys we had as kids. The amount I would say 85% of those pictures are at Christmas. When your Christmas days up, you've got your pajamas on and all your stuff's around you, all your toys, your Transformers, your Star Wars or whatever.
Got your pajamas on. Got your pajamas on.
Yeah, you would. Yeah.
Exactly. So
I bought new Disney pajamas.
Well, I've got an idea. Why don't we all put our tree up this weekend, and then next weekend when we do ZSR, we can all look at all our trees.
Well, again, I've got my birthday first, so I've got to celebrate that first.
John, did you go on the Tron ride when you were there?
It's brilliant, dude! It's so fast.
Yeah, I bet it is.
Oh, and they kill you too, Matt. So we get on the ride, okay? And I had to go by myself. Chris doesn't really like roller coasters, so I get on by myself. And they stick me with this kid next to me.
Oh no!
And they put us right in the front.
Oh, so the front!
First time ever riding this thing. They stick me right in the front, and the seats that you in are literally like the bike.
Yeah.
So you have when you straddle it, you get on it, and then you have to put your feet in these little things in the back, and your knees go forward and then you lean forward, and the back closes over your back.
Locks you in.
and then you're looking like this, and your hands go out on the handlebars in front of you.
Yeah.
So you're laying down. You're laying down in this roller coaster.
You're going head first.
The wheels are, so you're going head first. So you're at the front of the bike, and when you look down, you just see the track.
Yeah.
Like there's no front car. There's nothing. It's your head is the front of the train. You know what I mean? And they put you in the little thing, like you click into this little magnetic, like it's freaking like a rail gun. This magnetic track, and there's lights all on the side of you, and there's like lights over the top, like it's almost like TV screens all around you. You're in this tube, like in a sense.
You'd never get you off it, Matt. If you went on it, you'd never get off it. You'd be
again.
They basically tell you, they go, you are now entering the game. You've been scanned in, and it's like it goes, it scans you into the game.
Yeah.
You're on the bike, and the kid next to me goes, all right, here we go. And nothing happens.
Yeah.
And the lights go choom.
Still lassie.
Choom. 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 And he's like, okay, here we go. And then it stops. And you're like, and I go, did the ride break? And the kid's like, I don't know. You know, and he's like, I don't know. And it's like, riders, get ready. And it's like, what's going on? Commence vehicle battle. Boo! She just takes off. And it like starts, because you're on a magnetic railgun, you just accelerate from 0 to like 90 in about an instant. You're just like, whoa!
It sounds like you're in the Tron universe.
The kid next to me just goes, like starts screaming, you know, and you know, suddenly it's like it goes whoosh, and it like flips to the side, and then it goes outside, then it goes in the dark, and you're like, whoa! Wow.
Have you guys ever seen the Tron? It sounds like Tron. Have you ever seen the Tron amusement ride on YouTube? It sounds like that.
That's what he's talking about.
No, that's what he's talking about. That's what it is.
At Disney
What he's saying. You know what I mean?
The Tron game.
Shabby doesn't like roller coasters, though, do you?
I love roller coasters.
He was on it that didn't like roller coasters.
I don't either, actually.
You don't either.
I can't stand heights and sudden drops. So roller coasters. I went on the runaway train at Alton Towers, and I was on there about 8 times in a row because I loved that one. Because you're much lower and it just goes fast. Yeah. But I went on the corkscrew, and most of it I was just like that. Yeah. And it made me feel sick.
I've been on the Nemesis. Yeah, we go.
Nemesis. Yeah, I don't like the sudden drop because I kept thinking my shoe's going to fall off.
Yeah.
Or something's going to fall off.
Gotta get back for my shoe.
I gotta say the scariest roller coaster that I've been on in recent years was the Velociraptor in Jurassic Park at Universal Studios.
What?
And part of it is because it's another one of these coasters that's ejected by the railgun, so you're doing about 90 miles an hour. And then what happens is it flips upside down. As soon as it leaves, it just goes whoop, and you're upside down for like.
That's what the Appin guys does at Busch Gardens.
Yeah, for like half the roller coaster, you're upside down. And I'm a bigger guy. I weigh like 250. So that strap that goes over your shoulder doesn't go all the way down. No. So I'm like, when it goes upside down, I move like 3 inches. Yeah. And I'm like, I'm falling out, you know? And I'm hanging onto that railing. Like, I'm just hanging onto those bars. Like, I'm not going to fall out.
Did you and Thousands Golf have a good time at Florida? Did you have a good time?
Oh, yeah, it was fun.
I loved your pictures. Pictures were brilliant.
Yeah, you had a good time.
After Thanksgiving, what about 4 Thanksgiving, Mr. B? You know what I mean? Have your tree up in the corner.
Speaking of Nightmare Before Christmas, it was very nice of Chris. Chris bought the Halloween package for both of us.
Awesome.
And I know it's an extra few $100s, and I can't thank him enough for it. Nobody needs to spend that kind of money on somebody else. It's just, but Chris was so nice to do it. I think because he wanted to go and he knew I couldn't afford it because I just lost my job. So, I'm so eternally grateful that he did do that for us. Yeah. Because we went so they get everybody out of the park at 6, and from 6 to midnight, it's a Halloween event, and only about 1,000 people are in the park. So you can actually ride every single ride at night with the lights and get on really fast because there's no lines. And then they do a thing where they light up the castle at Disney World, like Cinderella's castle or whatever that is. Yeah. And this it was so cool because it starts out like all black and it goes, like all the lights go down. And then you hear Jack Skellington, wah, ha, 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 welcome. And out walks a freaking like 10-foot tall Jack Skellington with the thin arms, and he's waving them in the air, and he's like, guess what? It's Halloween, you know, and you're like, oh my gosh. And then the thing lights up. No, it lights up with Nightmare Before Christmas, and the music starts playing. This is Halloween. This is Halloween.
Awesome.
Brilliant.
And it's like, I'm like, oh my God, I'm like dying. I'm practically crying. It's like,
oh, Robert.
It's like, oh my gosh, this is so awesome. And then they have Mickey and Minnie and Donald and Daisy Duck, like all of them come out, and they're just like, they go on an adventure through this haunted castle, and parts that they need to interact with are projected with like cool projections onto the thing so they can interact with everything. Oh, it was just brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
I'm going to get myself. I'm only 8 hours away from Disney.
Yeah, I've never. I don't know. You've never been, Shabby. You live.
Here's the thing. Here's what I think.
I've been to Disney.
You love Christmas so much.
Yeah.
And I think you should go to Disney when they do the Magic Kingdom Christmas events.
Yeah.
In December. Go to Magic Kingdom in December. And you'll not only see Disney, but you'll get to see the Disney Christmas event.
Oh, what mind? I-95 is around the corner from me in G-Force, and it's like 28 hours, that's it.
Don't have to take the kids, Shabby. Just go, you and Jen.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'd spend all that money on my kids, but like, it's all right, Dad. It's all right.
I'll drive up.
It's so hard to please nowadays.
Grab G-Force. Just grab G-Force. Come down. I'll drive up and meet you guys there. We'll spend 2 days and walk around Disney, and then just zip back home. You know?
Yeah, I should do.
Or do that every year. Yeah, do that every year.
What's those drinking things in America that women love carrying? What's that thing?
The expensive jug.
What's the jug?
You mean Desi's favourite Stanley Cups?
Stanley Cup. Just put it. You can just fill that with wine, and then she'd be all right. Yeah. I just could enjoy
those $80 cups. That's a rip off.
Yeah. Shabby's right about the kids are really hard to please. Like you take, if Shabby took all the kids to Disneyland, and they would
we took everybody.
Do you like that?
You know what's even funnier?
We're excited about it. Do you like that? It was all right. My lad's saying it's like you don't know how lucky you are. We have stones and string to play with.
When you go to Disney World and you watch other people's kids, okay, you look at the families with kids.
They're bored.
They're on their phone in line.
What I mean?
And then when they get on the ride, they're on their phone on the ride. Yeah. And the ride attendant's like, you got to put that phone away or you're going to lose it. Put that phone. They're yelling at half the people. Put that phone away. And the parents like, kids, put the phones away. And they're like, like, it's like and then as soon as they get off, they're getting that phone back out. Like the ride was a distraction from
like, why are they there? Why are they there?
Well, let's ask that, Jen. Would you go to Disney with me? Yeah. They are.
There you go. Book it.
Just leave the kids at home, Shabby. Leave the kids at home.
There you go.
I'm not taking
we just need a live stream from Disney now, so we can watch you go on all these rides.
Shabby does Disney. Gary.
Shabby does Disney.
Imagine me at Disney. I'd be like a 4-year-old bloody.
Exactly.
It is. And when that parade comes by and they play all the music from the different things, and like each float, like Little Mermaid floats by, and it's like under the sea, I'm like practically in tears. I'm loving it so much.
I think what it was for me.
I think I look around and people around me are like, "What the hell's wrong with this guy?"
It's funny because I slate the sequels and all that sort of stuff, and I can't stand it. But I think if I saw that Millennium Falcon, I think I'd.
Oh yeah,
it's amazing. It's life size. It's like the real thing,
That's something we've admired all our lives, and I think to see that in real life, you think
you can't do there though, because I used to cosplay a lot in my. I'm sorry, as I was mentioning, I'm an Empire supporter of Star Wars. I'll walk around in my I'll walk around in my Imperial officer classic era uniform, which is, remember, all black with a little badge. And because I've got the accent, so I might as well be an officer because I've got the British accent. I can go quite posh if I want to. And every person comes up and says, "You blew up Alderaan." Yeah, I was making way for Space Highway route, you know, so it had to be blown up, I'm afraid. And I was walking. I remember going to Comic-Con a few years ago. Picture the scene. It's June. It was sunshine. Yeah, we do get sunshine sometimes in Britain, not always. And it was hot. It was about 25, 26 degrees. I was in my black uniform, black boots, everything, black hat. You can imagine what's going to happen here. I walked into Excel. I was nodding to all the Star Wars guys, as you do. It was an Empire Stormtrooper. They were saluting me. I was saluting them back because I was an officer. And I was walking with my friends, and without realizing, I was getting dehydrated, and I was starting to drink. But of course, I was wearing all black, and there's no air conditioning in the Earl's Court
in the UK at all.
So the friends looked at me saying, they looked at me and saying, "Mark, you're going a bit. You're looking. How are you feeling?" I was feeling, I don't feel good, and I'm 6'3". So when the 6'3" person saying, "I don't feel good," you know something's wrong here. And they said, "No wonder you're wearing all black." So we took you outside, and I had about 3 bottles of pop just to get back to living again. But the whole point is so cool walking around in an Empire uniform when every cosplayer comes to you and recognizes who you're meant to be or going to be. And I took that same outfit to Celebration last year. I only wore it for one day because it was so crowded, and also I was my boots weren't the most comfiest boots.
You're just queuing though, aren't you?
Yeah,
queuing everything.
Oh, we're in a queue for a queue. Oh, is this queue for? No, it's a queue for the queue.
There was a queue. There's a queue for the shop quue.
Yeah,
there's a pre-queue before the post-queue.
There are queues for queues now. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, British people just like, oh, I've come here just to queue up. Oh, there's 2 people there. That must be a queue. That's
I refuse to pay the queue all day for things.
Sorry, a line.
Us Brits just queue up. We don't think anything about it. And when you see someone who thinks queue is something alien, they look at it thinking, "You're British, aren't you?" Yeah, this is normal for us. We queue for anything. But you're queuing to get into another queue.
Yeah.
So it's worth it still. How long have you been here? 3.5 hours?
No, it's not. It's not worth it.
Depending where you're going to see, like we went to see the Rogue One panel. For instance, when Rogue One came out, we went to see the Rogue One panel just before it came out, and that was an amazing panel. So it was worth queuing for that one.
I didn't get in any of the panels. No.
I got into 4 last year. I don't know how. Because it's all lottery. I applied for 5 and I got into 4.
Wow.
Yeah, see, before they did lottery stuff like that, I had been to 2 or 3 celebrations.
Which one?
But all of them that I had been to before they started doing those lottery things, you would have to queue like all day long to get
all night before, wasn't it?
Or the night before.
That's why I did for Rogue One. We were queuing at 6 a.m.
But I've been fortunate enough to be in like big groups, because I would go when I left with Seattle. So I'd leave with like 3 or 4 people from Seattle. We knew a couple people from Boston, a couple people from LA, and we'd all meet at Celebration. So there might have been like 10 of us. Right. And we would just have one person sit for 2 hours.
Wow.
And then the next person, and the next person would swap, and they were just holding. And then maybe 20 minutes before the event starts, that person's like, okay, they're going to start letting everybody in, and everybody would get messages or phone calls or whatever. And we'd all gather up and pile up in there. And you'd see the first, the first 20 or 30 people in line were actually doing the same thing. So, all of a sudden it went from 20 people in line to 100 because those first bunch of groups were all doing that, and
it's easy to sit at home and watch it in the kitchen, on your
TV
with a beer, just watching the whole thing on YouTube going,
it's not as good though because you've got those terrible presenters on there.
The atmosphere is great when you go there, but it was last year. I'm talking about memories of last year. It was so overcrowded. It was you couldn't even move.
That would drive me mental.
It drove me bonkers, and I literally got a serious leg injury from there because I was standing on my feet for hours queuing. That your muscle locks and stuff like that, and I was wearing boots that were uncomfortable as hell. But as you were talking about the old days we had make sure we get a hotel very close to the actual center itself,
Oh,
and rush to get Rogue One. 6 in the morning. You got there 6 in the morning, thinking we're nice and early, and you saw 100 people ahead of you, and said, "How long have you been here?" "Well, we've been here since 3. We've got our sleeping bags." I was thinking,
see, that I can't be bothered with that. No chance.
Yeah,
no chance.
For the 2015 one in Anaheim, when it was Force Awakens, I think it was, we got in line the night before, like 6 p.m. the night before, and slept in that hall the whole night. But what was interesting was like Anthony Daniels and a couple other people like showed up in the middle of the night, like around midnight, with a stack of pizzas, you know. And they were walking to the groups. They were just plopping down pizzas and saying hello, how you guys doing? And some of the voice actors like James Arnold Taylor and people like that were doing the same. They were just going through the line and giving out food, like piles of candies, foods, like different drinks.
They banned the staying all night last year. You know,
I haven't heard about it in the last.
See, I know what would happen to me. I'd stay up all night, and then when the panel started, I'd be bloody fast asleep. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
That kind of what happened in one panel. We stayed. I went to see the panel. I was feeling slightly guilty because I won the ticket for the panel, but I wasn't really interested in the panel. I just thought I'll go for it because I didn't think I was going to get into any of them. And I got into this one. My friends could go with me, so they were watching it, and they actually, one of them nudged me because I was going, because the day was long. It was
What was the panel about?
Oh,
I can't remember.
I was asleep, so I couldn't probably remember it.
Yeah.
So it was the Clone. It was not the Clone Wars. What was the last series? The animated Bad Batch. It was Bad Batch, and everyone's going, "Yay, Bad Batch!" And I was going, "Yay!" I was trying to look, yay! I'm so looking forward to it. I haven't got a clue what it's on about, but yay! And then I was going, but it was because I wasn't just tired. It was because each day you were walking around queuing for everything, food, going to the loo, queuing for a pre-queue, queuing to get to the shop before you get to the shop.
I always feel like I'm missing out on the celebration, but you definitely not. Yeah,
no, I'll tell you. After I went to Chicago for Celebration in there, and after going to Chicago, flying from Florida to Chicago, between the way our airlines work here in the United States and the queuing and the way things happened, I decided right then and there after that trip, I was like, I am not going to any conventions that require me to go on a flight and out of state, and that are that big. So I said, the only time I will go to a celebration is if it's in Orlando again, and really the only time I go to big conventions is if it just happens to be next door and I get free tickets or something. Because Chantel and I went to the Florida SuperCon down here, and we got there right when they opened, and we wandered around, and by like 2:00 we were like, I've seen everything. Are you done? Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah.
And we were like, we felt like we wasted half the ticket because we weren't there for more than half the day, And the bad thing was, because part of it was, I'm a vintage toy collector, and I've been collecting comics since 1977. Every week I've been getting comics since 1977. So I have almost all the main character Marvel comics, Star Wars, G.I. Joe, Transformers. There's very few things that I have a few holes I need to fill. So I'm looking for comics that are Silver Age and some Golden Age and a couple of what you might call Bronze Age, and there's just ones here and there. And when you go to a comic convention, these things started as comic book conventions.
Yeah.
And you find only one guy in the entire room that's selling comic books.
Wow.
That's terrible.
That are that old. And then you find one person in the whole sales floor. You find one booth where only half of the booth is vintage toys. The other half is Funko Pops and everything, Japanese anime stuff and things.
Oh, no.
So it's like every single booth was anime and Funko Pops, and I'm not kidding. There was probably 100 sellers selling anime toys and stuffed animals and whatever, backpacks and little keychains and whatever. And then the rest were selling Funko Pops. And it's like, so we were like, there's nothing for us here. We've been aged out. We've been aged out of the stuff.
That was a bit like I went to a retro expo at Blackpool, and I thought, there's going to be loads of Spectrum games. And this is literally what I got. Was like, I think
It's
I've
not. No,
I
there's
bought
more
all of them. I bought all of them.
Retro
was
games
it.
now is
What
retro
game-
games now
yeah.
is PS1, isn't it? It's PS1 now. Retro
Yeah.
games are PS2.
Yeah.
Hey,
What's the games you got? Let me see.
I got Thing on a Spring, which is very, very popular on the Commodore too. I'll really say Monty, which is very expensive.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one.
Ollie and Lisa.
Don't know
And
that.
one of the first ever games I ever
Lunar
played.
Crabs.
Lunar Crabs, which I'm still scratching now. So yeah.
In
wow.
3D.
Talk about conventions, Tez. I've just sent you a picture of the ZSR stream on Facebook.
I am. Yeah. Well, hold on a minute. I'm gonna get that up. Who this is?
Are they on? Are they there?
They look a bit. I thought they look a bit sober for.
Sit around drinking.
They're not.
They're watching us, are they?
They're watching us. Are they good? I thought they were gonna. Maybe
There's
it's
better
bad.
things to do, guys, and watch us. And
Yeah.
Well, while he's figuring that out, I
I'm
gotta
seeing
say
a lot
that.
of Guinness.
Oh,
I'm
there we
seeing a
go.
lot of Guinness.
Oh,
Look at that.
there they are.
oh, look at that!
That's
Oh.
That's Tim with that hat. Is that Tim with that hat?
Yeah, Tim with that hat. Yeah.
Dave,
Chip,
Mark,
Greg,
Cookie.
Oh,
DTM.
Keith's there. Keith went then. He
Keith.
wasn't sure he was going or not. Oh, there's
Yeah.
Keith.
There's Keith.
Yeah, look at the amount of Guinness on that table.
Where's Cy? Did Cy go?
Cy's taking the picture.
Si's
Oh,
taking the
okay,
picture.
okay.
All right.
And there's Greg.
Brilliant
And,
picture.
yeah,
Look at that.
there we go.
The lad's
Yeah.
having a good time.
That's having a good.
Yeah.
They'll probably. Well, they might pop on. You know.
Got Guinness. Oh, they'll drink in the Guinness.
Yeah.
And some
Yeah.
One thing chat's talking about, by the way, is name some really good Halloween games because it's coming up, or Halloween inspired games.
Well,
Name any? I can't remember any, to be honest.
We had Ghosts and Goblins.
Yeah, Ghosts and Goblins.
Yeah.
I associate that with it.
Someone said Splatterhouse, wasn't it? Splatterhouse.
Yes, Splatterhouse 1 and 2.
Well, there
yeah.
was. I mean, for the Nintendo, there was a Friday the 13th game, and I think there was a Nightmare on Elm Street game, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was. It was on the lake, wasn't it?
Which is Terminator. That was very gory. There was a bit of blood in that.
Especially
that was
Mega
a game.
Driver. That was a Mega Drive
there
version.
was an Evil Dead game, Hail to the King on the PlayStation 1. That was always a good one.
Oh, I think the PlayStation 1 games are terrible by today's comparison. I can't even play
some
them.
are, aren't they? Some
I can't
are.
even play them. Not even for the retro feeling. I'm like, these are really bad. Because here's the thing, like, I don't mind pixelized graphics, but when you get to cheap CGI, cheap computer graphic, like, I can't stand cheap CGI.
Yeah,
like,
I think there's some classics like Ridge Racer. I like Ridge Racer.
Oh, Ridge Racer on the PlayStation 1 was my
favorite.
Speaking of racers, look at this. I've got.
Oh yeah, John's got a big pile of games next
Rad Racer.
Let's have a look at these games.
3D even.
You get glasses.
Yeah.
So you get glasses when we're watching it. We're playing it.
The glasses are probably still in here too, I bet. Let's see. Because these are from when I was a kid. I kept the boxes and everything.
Oh, so lucky, man.
No, there's no more. I don't think there's any more glasses in it. But I got the instructions.
Yeah.
That must be amazing playing the game. You have to put glasses on to play it as well.
You can play it without, but yeah.
Yeah. Was it just the flickering on a screen? Was it like green and blue?
You had to click something to get it in 3D, but I think you could turn it off. If I remember, like something in the game, there was rad.
Show us more. You had a big
stack. Look at the cars.
Oh, that's nice. That is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, you just drove. It was a game where you just drove forever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There wasn't really a story. But I gotta say that, like, I love the artwork in these old games. Like that.
Yeah, River Raid.
You were showing your game there, that, like, the your cassettes there, the box art has to be something that's nostalgic to you guys, right?
Yeah.
And to me, that's the same thing. The box art of some of these things is just phenomenal.
Especially Activision, they had that whoosh of color, the lines on every single kind of uniform, weren't they?
And then they the awesome painted artwork, you know.
Yeah, they were the early ones.
Hold on, 34 video games. Is that 34 games in that one?
Well, what it is that they had 34 different ways you could play Missile Command.
Just game select. Yeah.
It was essentially the same game, but they had different, like, you could have barriers, you could have no barriers, you could have
faster and different.
Wow. Tez, it reminds me of that 50 games and cassettes for Spectrum. Remember that? Oh,
50 great games. No, they weren't great.
Or 50 similar games.
Combat. Yeah.
Combat. Yeah. Have you got some of the boxes for these, Matt?
I've got a couple of game boxes. I've got my Tron one. I've got the one that Dave. I've got the one VTR Dave gave me.
But the back is so simple. It's just like
such a good nick.
Use this.
Yeah, it's very good condition. Yeah.
I don't mind.
Tank
Pong. Yeah.
Wow.
And then one of the cool ones. I love this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've put it on. I've not got around to playing it properly yet because it's a real game.
You need 2 joysticks for that, don't you, John?
Yeah, you need 2 joysticks.
Oh, and that's Raiders, what it looks like.
Wow. And they're showing you the end when he goes after the Ark of the Covenant. You know what I mean?
Oh, is that the end?
Yeah, that's the Ark of the Covenant there. That yellow
square. You have to read the instructions. You know? That game had me flummoxed. I always got to the last screen and the thieves come on and steal all your stuff, and you can't.
You got to get the grenade and blow the hole in the side.
Blow the hole in the
wall.
Today's namesake, I'm John. Kid
Icarus,
Icarus, and this is when they started doing that password.
Password,
and then that's what it. It turned out the passwords were the same. The passwords were the same at every save spot for every game. So you could, if someone got ahead of you, you could be like, "How do I get to the end of the game? I'll put in this passcode." And you're like, "Okay." And then
cheat codes.
Icarus.
The old pokes.
Actually,
looks really good.
That's a good game.
Yeah.
The new version on the Wii, was that on the Wii?
I think the hardest SNES game was the Batman, the '89 Batman game, trying to keep the Joker at the end. Yeah, that was really hard. I did it. Yeah.
Speaking of driving games, we got
Knight Rider.
Oh, is that any good?
Version of that.
Oh, it's awesome.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks very similar. It looks very similar to the Specky.
Yeah, the spec. And then you could see the course around America that you had to go, and
that looks great. That looks better. Yeah,
it's so much better.
yeah. And then one of the best ones. I mean, I can't believe this is in such a good shape because we played this to death. But Final Fantasy.
Oh wow! Look at that original.
The original.
For the Nintendo.
Yeah.
You know what?
What year is that? What year is it?
Let me see here if I can read it. 1987.
Wow.
Square. And what's really funny about this is that, so my father's a big investor. He spends all day from like open of stock market to the end, like doing investments. He's been doing this for 20 some odd years. And very recently, the last 5-10 years, somewhere in there, the investing channels that he watches and these big investors have started noticing comics and toys and pop culture as an investment. And now they have a segment on a lot of these shows where they talk about, here's something from the 80s that sold for blah, blah, blah. And one day they showed this cartridge and a sealed one that was in cellophane that never was opened.
Wow.
That was graded a 9.8. Sold for $150,000.
Wow.
And my dad goes, "Holy crap, one of those games you played as a kid. Look at this." And he shows me the thing. And I leave while I'm watching it, and they're talking about it. And I go over to the shelf and I bring this back. And I go, "You mean this?" And Dad goes, "What? You have a $150,000 game?" And then I had to start explaining to him, well, that one is still sealed. They graded it. It's like sealed in a plastic case, so it'll stay that condition, where this is a played with game. But
still sort of.
But I do But I do have like everything is inside this. Like all the maps and like everything are still in here. You know what I mean? Like the cartridge is still there.
Yeah.
And then we get the holder out for it. But now look at this. All the maps and everything. Even the card. Even the card that came with it.
Yeah, a little ad you get with it.
You know, yeah, but all the maps are still there, the instructions. And what's funny is they gave us maps of the game, and if you look real closely, we wrote on there, that's where the key was. This is where the thing was.
Games didn't hold your hand like they do now, did they?
I know.
Yeah. But
so when John, when you and your brother Mark, when you were playing these Nintendo games, did you take them out and keep them the games in separate to the boxes, and the boxes were put away?
No. See, the boxes would be on the shelf like this or like this, and then we would slide them out, pull the game out, play the game, and then slide them. And then when we were done, we put the game back in the box.
Yeah.
That's why some of the boxes, like the Knight Rider one and stuff, are so trashed, because friends would come over and play this game to death. So it was taking it out a lot. But like with Final Fantasy, you really had to be into it, because this game took you like 27 days to finish. You know what I mean? So it was like, so a lot of times with these role-playing games, the reason that they're in such good shape, I think, is because it was stuff that we only played as a group. So I was always the one taking it in and out of the box, and I was very careful. And you know what I mean? Like,
do you know what? I've never. I'm gonna get some spitting. I've never played a single Final Fantasy game.
Neither have I.
They're so big.
I played the one on the PS1 when it came out on the PS1. Was that Final Fantasy 7 or
7 was a big one? Yeah, 7.
Yeah,
was a really big
I remember playing that. God, was that hard? Yeah.
And then
I've never played them either. So don't worry.
And then if we can graduate to the Super Nintendo, I've got the ultimate. I've got
Super
the
Star
ultimate,
Wars as well.
Great.
Here.
They're hard.
They're great games.
The ultimate trilogy of games.
Wow.
And I mean, look at the classic artwork on these boxes. I mean, there's no beating. They would not put this artwork on a game today.
Yeah.
Even though it's the classic artwork from the
you wouldn't.
Movie.
It would be reimagined, wouldn't it?
They would do some reimagining. Yeah, they would not.
They would
not
stuck on that.
This stuff, you know.
Get stuck on that damn
the Sandcrawler level.
Damn Sandcrawler.
Yeah,
you on that.
You couldn't jump on that thing. Yeah.
God, it's frustrating.
Since we're a toy channel, you got to check these things out. So I went around the comic shop today, and dude, look at these comic books.
Ooh, AT.
Superpowers action figure cover comic books, and this is a Batman comic, you know.
Are those new? Those are new.
Yeah, these are new. They're in the comic stores right now. Yeah,
they've got the sticker on there. That's great.
Yeah, they even put like a fake sticker on the thing. You know what I mean? And it's got the back of the box.
Oh, it's great.
But it's actually Batman Comics number 0151. You know,
people are going to get tricked going out and thinking it's a figure there.
Grab it. Free figure.
Like this comic is Gotham City Sirens number 1, and it's a Poison Ivy. You know. There's Green Lantern War Journal number 12, and it's a. But the John Stewart, right? John Stewart.
Yeah, have you heard of the guy? Is it the guy they've announced the guy who's going to be playing him in the new film? There's the guy from that Rebel Ridge Netflix program. So yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Nightwing.
Right. Yeah, Nightwing, and then there's Gold Superman for some reason.
Gold Superman.
Gold Superman.
We got a Wonder Girl.
Wonder Girl. Yeah.
But yeah, I just when I saw these, I was like, I gotta have them. You know what I mean? They're so cool.
That'd be amazing.
Wow, multiple different
I'm just 4 off the new ones, the retro superpowers. I'm just 4
The other
off.
thing I grabbed. Do you remember they did a reprint facsimile of
issue 1.
Transformers number 1.
Issue
but
1.
Look for the 40-year anniversary.
Yeah.
But look what else they did. They reimagined the cover as if, what if #1 in the United States came out as a Megatron cover.
Megatron. Oh wow! Oh, they're amazing.
So they did a special edition Megatron version of the #1.
Yeah.
So I had to get that one too.
Oh, that's wicked. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish they did a British one. That's it. You can shrink me down.
Yeah, because that's Soundwave and Optimus, isn't it?
Yeah.
Both.
You have that. I remember you showed that in the
Oh yeah, I've got my first issue
in the documentary. That when I did the documentary, you're holding.
That
British version.
Whatever happened to your Star Wars documentary you doing?
You know what? It's still in the works. I only have maybe 7 people recorded, and the unfortunate thing is, like, the first 2, I have to re-record, so I got to get back with them, and it actually got a little bit delayed in the last couple months before I lost my job, but now that I'm free, I'm going to start assigning time to, like, sort of pick up. But the funny thing about it too is that it's also kind of good that I have to re-record with the first couple people, because the last 3 or 4 people, especially, the way that the questions have gone, it's almost aiming at, because of the stories they told related to Star Wars and when they were children, it's starting to aim it in a slightly different direction. Yeah. And now I've got better questions to ask.
Yeah.
So, and the other thing too is that in the recent time, the last, like, I've been doing it for 6 to 8 months. I can't remember exactly when the first person I interviewed for it, where I started, but it was might have been about 8 months ago when I started it. And but by now, I'm like, well, now the Long brothers have to be in it. I got to get Adam Barry. I got to get Stu. I got to get, you know what I mean? So my list, the list that I had about the list that I got to get BOE. You know what I mean? Like George has to come, or so it's like there's a number of people that I've added to the list that I'm going to contact down the road. Yeah. And I'm trying to record maybe 1 a week or so. And I really want to get on it now that I'm free. I can actually spend more time on it.
It's been really nice, because I just noticed they've been showing Transformers on YouTube, haven't they? Hasbro channel been continuously showing season 1, and I've been sitting there and watching episodes. It's great to watch it again.
And the good thing is that if anybody watching in the chat hasn't seen it yet, but go to the channel and watch the Transformers documentary. It's great. That Matt and Tez are both in it. Yeah, along with a bunch of other people that I've known throughout our life and throughout this community.
And Matt and Tez are in it, but don't let that put you off. Still watch it.
But we finished all the graphics and got everything done, and they finally okayed it to be put out on streaming services. So Tubi might be getting it first. The Tubi streaming app might be getting it first. But there's a service that I found that you can actually do this with anything you've put up on YouTube if it's original content. You can go to this. It's called Film Something. I can't remember
So taken off. What was that?
But anyways, it'll take me too much to look it up. But it's called Film Something, and you can give them the video with a bunch of artwork. They want specific artwork things, and they will push Amazon Prime and Tubi and other places for you to put it up there. And so and once it does, you get ad revenue, and you get 70% of the ad revenue. Nice. And then the streaming service and this film service that puts it out, helps put you out, they split the 30%. So and some of these, like, I've been looking up the demographics for it, and it's like, and what the pay scale is, like when Tubi puts those ads before the videos, some of those companies are paying like hundreds of thousands of dollars to put that ad up there. You know what I mean? And you're going to get a portion of those thousands of dollars.
Nice.
When those things air. And it's like, I've been told from some of the big YouTubers that it's like when they got their stuff on Tubi, they were making like tens of thousands of dollars a month from those ads and stuff.
Nice.
In addition to what they have on YouTube. So
all that work pays off.
If you've got any original, and Galaxy of Toys, Dan Larson has stuff on Amazon Prime.
I've seen his stuff.
the Y files are on Tubi, and so there's a number of I know Pixel Dan has stuff. I think that's on Amazon Prime too.
And you can get Tubi in the UK now because I downloaded it the other day, so I've got it. Yeah, you get Tubi's on there. Look for it; it's on there.
Yeah, Matt, we can put you on the list. Absolutely, yeah. Like I'm saying, I keep meeting new people to get on the list of to interview and make sure.
Oh, can you look thinner there? God, back in the day.
I look really thin. No, that's not me.
No,
isn't it?
I think
that's Rob. One of my. He's a comic book artist, and that's Paul from my childhood.
Yeah. This Mark. This is. I forgot.
There's also graphics courtesy of.
Oh my god!
Graphics courtesy of Tez too.
Yeah, we did all the. Yeah, it was all in lockdown. This wasn't it. It was great. It was great. It wasn't. We need another lockdown. That's what we need.
Exactly. Yeah.
We don't.
We need another. Oh my god! Look at me.
You look younger there. Oh, back in the day.
Oh my god! Is that Jason Donovan? I'm sure Matt's here somewhere. I'm sure Matt's up here somewhere.
Yeah, it's all right. Don't have to show me. It's all right. Don't have to show me.
The younger day. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, great.
Oh yeah.
This took so long to edit. There were days where I spent from the moment I woke up to the moment I went to sleep. I would be editing at the computer to do this. All these cuts.
You used to message me like 3 in the morning. I've got to export the whole sequence and redo it. And you were like, we were like, oh, mad conversations in the morning.
Yeah.
Oh. I want to see Matt. Well, I'm sure Matt said that he's in the intro.
You
had like Jody and
Jody's in there.
Yeah.
Are you a Transformers fan, Mark? Do you like your Transformers, Mark?
I had a Transformer toy that turned into an aircraft.
That's a start.
I must have been a fan. Yeah. Obviously, it was.
I think
it's science fiction, so why not? It's robots that cool turn into cars. Why not?
Oh God, there I am!
There's Mark.
But it was his old channel. It's got his old
channel name.
Yeah.
Oh, there you are. There's the comic.
That's the thing.
Talking about. Yeah.
I look really young. It's only 4 years ago.
4 years ago already. Is that what it was? Jeepers! Look at him. There's two of him.
Look at him. There's two. Look at that. Yeah. Well, let's take that off. We don't need to see any more of that. I don't want to look at myself.
You don't got to watch the whole thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I've put a link up somewhere. There we go. Yeah. It's about what? It's about an hour.
Hour and 20. It was an hour and 20 when it was done. Yeah. But I mean, there's a lot of
maybe you should do a watch along, John. Set up a live stream and do a watch along.
Yeah. Well, actually, that's another thing I've been thinking about is because I'm going to start. I got to do a lot of shows like local toy shows and things. And one of the guys, there's this toy show down here called Plasticon, and one of the guys at Plasticon was like, when you come to do the show, bring a small television and we'll give you a plug-in, and you're gonna play your Transformers documentary on it all day long on a loop. So that as people come up, they'll see it, and you can promote that thing because the more that watch it, the better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love Dave's comment there. In the Transformers documentary, even though you can't hear it, Tez is still talking about his bedroom games.
Yeah. Is that Jason Donovan? Yeah.
That's Jason Donovan.
Yeah.
Oh, right. We're over our time.
Yeah. Well, we just started late. We're about 2 hours in. Yeah.
Because it's 5 o'clock now, Shabby.
Yeah, man. John's 5 o'clock tea time for me. Super awesome, definitely.
Yeah. But it's been great tonight. Hasn't it? Talks about everything.
What a great guy! Thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah, it's been fantastic. We've learned about a bit of football management games. Shabby's going to be playing.
Really nice bloke. I'm glad you came on. Really nice.
Yeah, there's I've done 70. I can't believe I've done 72 mostly football management games now. 69, 70, and I still got 30 more I've recorded, and I'm now getting to the depths of really crap football games. I hate to say it, and you'll know by how many minutes each game if I really enjoyed it or not.
There's still more to go. You'll have to stop playing.
30 more to go, then Yeah, but I might put a surprise in like the Formula one, which took off
That was
quite well.
good. Yeah, that was good.
I might do endurance. They made a motorcycling version of Formula One called Endurance. I might do that one next.
Yeah,
as a special. But I've done. Yeah, it's lovely going back into playing Spectrum games, and it's great to chat to you all, of course.
Oh, it's awesome.
You are Donut Donny on YouTube, and
yeah, Donut's my late father's nickname. I kind of went into it when he passed away.
Not Don, isn't it? There we go.
Donny's my surname. Yeah, Donny's my surname. So, but I was called Donut. So Donut Donny.
Yeah, and your last games, you have a couple Football Manager, and then you got is that a Formula One game? Yeah.
Formula One game.
That's the Formula One game. That cut like my streams, because I'm a small channel, so. Well, I notice how many views each video get, and when I see the Formula One just got like my record in a week was 600 views for Football Manager 2, and I got 629, and Formula One that got 1,000 in 2 days. Wow. I was thinking, okay.
Yeah, well, it takes one to go, doesn't it? And then
hey, can I just say before we go as well, the idea on Sunday for the ladies' night stream is I need some questions. So if anybody's watching or anyone send me
for the ladies.
Send it to me on Instagram.
Lady stream.
If you send me your question on Instagram, I'll ask the ladies your question on Sunday. So that'll be good.
I don't want to hear my question. You probably don't want to hear my question.
Thanks for the lovely welcome and comments, by the way, as well on the stream. It's great. It's nice to be appreciated. It's been great talking to people who expect last week reviews Everton 82. Everton 82.
Shabby's an Everton. He's an
Everton supporter. Well, I'm a minor league supporter, so my.
Look at that! There you go.
Oh, he's got it everywhere. He's got it, hasn't he? Yeah.
Well, I've subscribed, so there you go. You gave
thank you.
You gained one subscriber from Tez's efforts to put you on ZSR. There you go.
There we go. That's one thing, isn't it?
I've been my end of year total was 500, and I've got 572 at the moment. So
awesome.
That was my greatest. That was my greatest achievement, especially after my YouTube channel got deleted last week for a day.
Yeah,
that's horrible. Yeah.
From a depth of thinking what I did wrong to the next day, the ZX Spectrum family and all the other retro groups. It's not just ZX Spectrum coming back saying what's going on and what's happening here. This should not be. Yeah. So
chance we'll see the ladies' pillow fight.
All the ladies' pillow fight. Yeah, we'll like
Dino.
You subscribe to that. Is it on Sky Sports pay-per-view or something?
Is it?
Yeah. Channel is free. It's free. Yeah, it's free. Yeah.
1999.
Yeah. It's Sunday afternoon. It's Sunday afternoon, evening, perfect viewing for.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, it's going to be a classy show. These are classy ladies. It's going to be.
He's checking. Room full of ladies, so we can handle it.
I wonder they all be like Adam, having a bath, having a splash of perfume or something. You know, so Adam does, doesn't he? When he comes on and live stream, he has a bath and a splash of perfume.
Hey, the B wing.
Yeah.
You know what would really happen if you were younger and you were caught into your sister's sleepover night? By the end of the night, you'd have makeup on and your hair would be braided and it'd be like earrings.
What I'm hoping, John. What I'm hoping.
He's going to have some tips. Yeah.
Fingers crossed. You know.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
By the way, viewers, that was tips.
Yeah,
thank you.
Yeah, that's what I heard as well. Yeah.
Well,
I'd say something worse than that, Mark. You haven't been on here long enough.
No, you think you get away with anything now. Get away with anything.
It's after 9 o'clock in the UK.
Right. Thanks for coming on, John, and thanks for coming on, Mark.
So I've got my Darth Vader hot toy that just showed up a day ago to open up. Deluxe with the light up like Return of the Jedi had.
Look at him spending his dollars.
Oh, very nice, John.
Yeah. No, it was actually the last thing that Mark bought when he was that last week when he was there. They announced the Batman '89 Hot Toys, and Mark went, "Well, I'm at my deathbed. I'm not going to do anything with my money. You better buy it." And he sent me the money. We bought the Batman. And then a couple of days later, they announced the Darth Vader. And I was like, "Oh, look at this cool Darth Vader." And Mark's looking at it on the phone. And he goes, And I'm like,
I'll get
what?
it for you as well.
And he's like, guess what I
Right.
just sent you? And I'm like, what? And he goes, the money to buy that Darth Vader. And I was like, what?
Hey, John, before you go, do you want me to tell you some breaking news? Do you want me to tell you some really good news?
Oh, no.
Go ahead.
Guess who's booked and coming to Joe Fest next year?
Oh, is Jem coming back?
No, Chris Meara, Chasing 80s, he's coming to Joe.
Oh, is he really?
I can't. He sent me a message and said, "Shabby, all booked." I cannot wait to see.
I gotta start. I have to actually start saving. I gotta put like $20 every time I do something. In a
It'll soon fly by, won't it?
It'll work up, you know.
Well, it's only June, so it's only 7 months away now. But
you don't think about it like that.
Coming. Good old Chris, I can't believe.
What's he going to do? Stay with Scuba, is he, or something? And go with just meet me there?
I thought that was, cheers, Ricardo. I just thought, that'd be awesome to see him. So Matt and Tez, Mark, you've got a few months to say.
We've got to come over. I'm definitely coming. Yeah, I've got to come over.
Yeah. I'll tell you, if I ever get over there, it's going to be during Echo or something, so that we can go, do something like that together.
Yeah.
And then a few days to spend.
I think my passport runs out end of Christmas next year, so I'm like, I've got a year for
plenty of time.
Plenty of time.
I've got 9 years on mine because I got mine from New Zealand this year. So.
Look, Shabby's getting awesome stream. Shabby's getting the credit.
I appreciate that, Ricardo. Thank you.
Yeah, I would always credit Shabby. Yeah.
All the views go to Shabby.
Yeah, right. All the views go.
Anyway. We've got to poop off. We're on Match channel next week. Are we?
Right? No, one Match channel next week.
On Shabby's channel next week. So there we go. Thanks for staying with us. There we go. And I'll see you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
next week, guys.
Yeah, cheers, Mark. Cheers, John.
Bye, everyone.
Cheers, John. Stay on for a bit. We'll have a chit chat before we go. There we go.